Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Possibilities. I'm your host, Danny Steve, and I'm thrilled to be here tonight. My guest is Joan Chiasson. Now, you might remember Joan from episode number 3 of the Possibilities. She runs an autism-friendly town, and she's here tonight to just give us an update. Welcome back to Possibilities, Joan.
Thank you very much for asking me to come back.
It's my pleasure. Now, for those people who didn't watch our previous episode, can you share a bit about what your autism-friendly town is all about?
Yes, we started in 2012 as a small group. We call ourselves AIM, which is Autism Involves Me. And we started to do support for each other. And our little group grew and grew. And then we started to have different people in town to support us. So it continued to grow. And finally, we saw the town and asked the town council what we would have to do to become an autism-friendly town, because we had so much support from our community. And the town council told us that we had to have a high percentage compared to the population in our town doing things for our people who have autism in the town. And it couldn't be just parents. So it had to be people that didn't have any association or relatives with people with autism. So we made up a list of all the people in town who were helping out and supporting. And when we took it back, they were overjoyed to see that, yes, it was a high percentage of people. So we declared ourselves an autism-friendly town.
Oh, that is awesome! Now, what kind of things do you have in your autism-friendly town? How did you start out, first of all, and what kind of things did you start out with?
Well, we started out with just working from our house.
Yeah.
And then we realized that we had so much material, we were buying so much material and having resources and whatnot, we needed a bigger place.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So then we asked if anyone in town had something that they could offer us. We didn't have any money, so we were looking for something rent-free, and we thought maybe we would just get a little tiny closet or storage space or something to put our things in.
Yeah, of course.
But within 15 to 20 minutes, we had someone offered us a huge room and a lot of storage space beside in their business, and free of rent, free of any electrical bills or anything. So we're using that now, and it's just wonderful. And that was really our first big thing that the town supported us with. And then from there on, we realized, the people in town really want to support us. So then we started working with our town council and our local sports arena. which is governed by the town council. And we now have like a swimming program there for children with autism. We have a bowling program. We have a fitness center there, which they gave us the space and we developed it. We put all the equipment there ourselves through fundraising in the town and different grants. So and then we also, with our little gym, we call it, or a fitness center, we share it with the children of the town from birth to 5-year-old. So
that is awesome. So it sounds like it's being well used.
Oh, definitely. We do that, and we also have like restaurants have become autism friendly, so we can take the children to restaurants. We have social outings for the children in town at different places.
What kind of equipment do you have available?
Oh, we have everything from a squeeze machine where a person can squeeze themselves between rollers to get the pressure that they need, to go-karts, to bounce balls, to slides. You mentioned it, I think we kind of got it. We are now working with the town and our sports center. We just received a grant from Good Kids Foundation for over $9,000 to buy sledges. So in the fall, we're going to start a sledge hockey program.
Wow, that is fantastic. Now, what was the organization that donated $9,000?
It's called the Good Kids Foundation.
And what do they do?
That is a foundation that is in Canada. You can Google it. There is a foundation, and they give out grants throughout Canada for, especially for inclusion, for people with disabilities.
Yeah.
And so this is our third time now getting a grant from them.
And what has it always been $900, or how much money?
Well, we started off the first time, we had $3,500.
Yeah.
And that was to buy equipment for our little gym. Then last year, we've got over $9,000, and we bought equipment for the swimming pool. And now this year, we applied again, and we just received over $9,000 for our sledge hockey. The top goal, I think, is $10,000 is what your limit is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, when we last talked, you mentioned that you have an autism-friendly hotel. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Yes, we still, of course, have our autism-friendly hotel, and we have a sensory room there, a calming room at the hotel, and anyone can use that calming room. You do not have to stay at the hotel to use it.
Yeah.
If you're traveling on the highway or if you live in town and you feel like you like to go to the calming room, you can certainly go there. The hotel has the rooms redone for people with autism, so that in case they have a meltdown or anything, everything is attached to the walls or to the bureaus and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We have like a slideshow that person can go through and watch before they come to the hotel. We have visual menus there for people to use instead of in case they have problems understanding.
Yeah.
And we have so that parents can go and cook their own meal if they need to for the children, and we have a quiet place if they want to go and sit and eat instead of sitting into the restaurant.
That is an awesome idea. Congratulations on coming up with that. Now, here in Ontario, we just had some unfortunate news when it comes to autism. Now you weren't affected by that, but what's your opinion on having autism funding cut?
I couldn't believe it when I heard it, that there were going to be a cutback in funding and in training or educating with autism, because autism, I mean, the diagnosis is certainly on the rise.
Yeah.
Everyone knows someone with autism or they have a relative with autism.
Yeah.
And the more education that people can get and the more money that the parents need, I mean, is unbelievable. We're in Newfoundland right now. We have an ABA program which goes as far as grade 3, at the end of grade 3. And we're fighting for that now to be extended, because autism does not leave when the child begins grade 4. No. And this is when they need a lot more help as your body changes and as you get older and you have more social problems. And autism is a social behavior disorder.
Yeah.
So, you really, really need the help right all throughout life. And this is one of the things now that we are really trying to get through. So I just can't understand where the government is coming from to take away some of the funding.
Well, it's funny that you should say that, because right now I just received word that they are bringing it back, but only in the school program. Now, do you think there's a need outside of the schools as well?
Oh, yes, most definitely. Because what happens is that a lot of children will hold it all inside while they're in school. Yeah. And when they come home, that is when they have the meltdown with the parents. And this is when they need all this extra funding to help with the parents, to educate the parents on what to do, and also to educate the children on the social challenges that they are having in school. They don't have time in school to teach all what the child needs. I was a school teacher, and I can tell you that we don't have, in the run of a day, to teach 2 or 3 children in our classroom who have all these social challenges, along with trying to teach an academic schedule too. You just don't have that time.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I totally agree with you. So what would your message be to the Ontario government if they are listening right now?
Oh, sorry, I didn't get all what you said. What would be my next?
What would be your message to the Ontario government if you could talk to them right now about the autism?
Okay.
Yeah. What would
my message?
Yeah. What would you say?
My message would be to please put the money back there again for the parents and have programs for after school. It's great to, if they're going to give programs for their specialists in school, to be able to do it. But the parents need to be educated. They need to be able to have funding for people to come in their houses and to educate them on what to do. Because parents, a parent who didn't have a child with autism before, they don't know what to do. Every day is a new day for these parents. So they need help.
Absolutely. Well said. What do you think people just assume that once you're a grown-up, autism goes away, that it's just a disease that affects children?
I think some people think it. What's going to happen now is that there are all these children who are being diagnosed now are going to grow up, and there's going to be a lot of adults in our country who have autism who are going to need the extra help. Now, in saying that, I do think that there are always a lot of adults in our country with autism, but since they weren't diagnosed, then they may have gotten into social problems, they may have gotten into drugs, they may have gotten into trouble, different things because they couldn't cope with society. And so they didn't get to achieve where they could have achieved.
Yeah.
So now, with them being diagnosed, they are expecting to be able to have some help and guidance and to be able to be high achievers in the future.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think a child with autism is capable of doing everything, or is there a limit to what they can do?
Well, when you meet one child with autism, you have met one child with autism. That is what we say, because every child with autism is different from the next one. And the problem is, and it's a puzzle of why, we don't know why, but there is such a range of abilities that a person with autism can do. So one child may have to have help, constant help all the time, whereas another person with autism may be a doctor or a lawyer or producer for TV, anything, because they may only have the social issues that go along with autism, but they still have autism. And these are the people who give the most challenges to others, because they do still have autism. They do still have a lot of social problems. They have a lot of sensory issues. They have a lot of anxiety. But because they have the intellectual ability to do wonderful things, then people forget that they have autism.
How would you say we can how would you say we can educate people who don't know about autism?
By putting more money and funding into educating them. This is so important. They have to put more money into educating the public as in general, whether it's through media, through newspaper, television, whatnot. But we have to do, it's like how we've done in our town. Every week in our local newspaper, there's a clipping in there about autism. We are educating the people every week in our newspaper.
And do you think your message is being heard loud and clear, or do you still have a lot of work to do?
Oh, we're still working. We're continuously working. We're forever now. Like, we have another meeting, a public meeting coming up on April the 3rd, and we are now people are reserving their spot. And how we work this is that if people come to the meeting and you're from a business, you will get like a decal to put in your door or your window, and it will say that you are autism aware.
Yeah.
Then after the meeting, I will go meet the business, and then we will look at, well, now what else can we do to make business more autism friendly? And once we decide what they can do, and they do it, then they get a new decal which says we are autism friendly. So we're educating the businesses in town one by one. And also the people from the general public are invited to come. They don't have to have a business. If they just want to learn about autism, then they're also invited to our meeting.
And how I'm gonna put you on the spot here. And how many businesses would you say are autism friendly or aware?
I would say right now we have about 20% of our businesses, or maybe more than that, because we have a population of 3,500 in our town. Wow. So I would go to say maybe 40% are autism friendly, for sure.
And how many are aware?
Around 40% are autism aware or autism friendly.
Yeah, but you said that there's a bit of a difference between autism aware and autism friendly. So
yes, you're right. So let's see. I would think maybe I have to think now. I don't have it in front of me, but there are more businesses right now at Autism Aware, because I'm working with them one-on-one to become autism friendly. So we could say maybe 50% are autism aware, and probably about 20% are autism friendly, because we only just started this in the fall. So it takes a while to get around to each business.
yeah.
And also what we're finding is that the businesses come up with a really good idea, but then they have to send their ideas to the main business, which, main office, which could be anywhere, like Subway here. We came up with a wonderful idea what to do, and they've been waiting now for over 2 months to hear back from their main office if we can do it or not. So it all takes time.
And what was that idea for Subway?
Their idea was to do with Subway is to make their menu more visual and make it into little cards, so the people, anyone with autism or anyone who's nonverbal, would be able to put their sandwich together with using visuals on cards and pass it into the menu person, to the person in behind the counter.
That is an awesome idea. That is an awesome idea.
Yes, so we're waiting now just to hear from head office if they can do that.
Yeah. And would that will that change be just at your location or everywhere?
No, we're just asking for it to be at our location first.
Okay.
And we're asking it to be a pilot project.
Okay.
So that way we can see if it would work.
Okay. Now, we talked about a year ago. Since we talked, what kind of new things have you developed since our last interview?
Well, of course, we worked on our sledge hockey.
Yeah.
So that's going to go forth. I'm working with the local school in town, and we just got, we're just donating them $1,000 to put towards developing a sensory hall in their school. And that is where the hall will be divided up into different activities, such as hopscotch or follow a track, different things in the hall. So if a child needs to come out and get some physical sensory, they will be able to do it. We've also had fundraising and developed different things for the school, big sensory pillows and such for the school, so that they can develop their own sensory rooms.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now when I messaged you before, you mentioned that you got something new on your playground. Can you share about that?
Yes, that is a big thing. That we have now acquired a sensory tunnel for the children. So what it is, it's like a tunnel, a plastic tunnel,
Yeah.
but it has windows in it. And before, when the children would go on the playground, and if they needed to go somewhere to calm down or to ground themselves or regulate themselves,
Yeah.
they had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And they had just to stay on the playground. So now we have a tunnel, it has windows in it, and in the spring now, because we have snow here, so in the spring, this tunnel will be put in the playground, and then the children will be able to go in there, and this will be a secure place for them. The teachers can look in through the windows and see if they're in there, so that's okay. And this will make our playground now a autism-friendly playground.
Congratulations on that. Now, what has been the parents' reaction to all of this going on? Like, how have the parents of the children reacted?
Oh, we have great, our parents are doing really well with it all.
Yeah.
I must say that, they're there behind us when we do things, and then we have fundraising. And I have to say, too, when you're talking about your government, our provincial government bought that tunnel for us to put in the playground. The tunnel cost $3,500, and our provincial government bought that tunnel, paid for it all to be put in the playground.
Wow, that is awesome. So you didn't have to put out any money at all? They paid for all of it?
The provincial government paid for all of the tunnel. We thought we may have to pay some, but when they found out and we asked, we put in an application and explained what we wanted to do with it, the provincial government paid for the full tunnel.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. We're running a bit short on time here, but what has been the most rewarding part of your job doing this?
I think the most rewarding is seeing the children enjoy what is available for them, and to be able to go out and take part and to be included in things, because before they weren't able to do that. But now that this is, I think, the most enjoyable part of it all is to see the children being happy.
Great. And what can you share one or two examples of how your project has helped an individual?
Oh, well, yes, because we've had some individuals who have been very, very shy and would not leave their houses, whereas now they can go out and they can order at a restaurant. They can go to places that they would never have gone to before. We had one little boy who wanted to ride a bike so bad, and he couldn't. And then so we bought a go-kart, our AIM group bought a go-kart, and he found he could ride a go-kart because it was the balance that was stopping him from riding a bike. And now, because of that, his family bought him his own go-kart, and he feels so proud of himself, and he can be out with the others, because now that's something he can do. When someone rides a bike, he can ride his go-kart.
Well, that is awesome. Before we let you go, what would your message be to someone with an autism child, or someone who is dealing with autism themselves?
I would say, if it's a new parent, to educate yourself, to do lots of research, and to never feel that your child won't succeed. Because it takes longer for some children than others to succeed, but they will always do what they can do their best. They want to do their best. So, and if it's a child or an adult who's just diagnosed, I feel that, again, they have to educate themselves, but to always feel that they are important, and to feel that they are working their hardest, and that they will succeed as long as someone is there to help them.
Well said. Well, congratulations on all of your success, and what would you like to see in the future for your autism friendly town?
Well, our goal is to have more businesses autism friendly. We have a lot of individuals who are autism friendly and doing things for us. And our goal is to be able to go around town and see these decals in almost every window in our town. So that is a huge goal, but we're going to work at it. And we have, I think we will do it. It will take time. It won't happen overnight. And it's not because the people don't. It's have to go and work with these people. And, we have to wait for other people in the above offices to also be supportive. So
yeah.
this will be our goal.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all of your success, and please keep us updated on more things that are coming up. We will have you back on if we have any more developments. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Now, if someone wants to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Oh, they can go on and just Google Autism Involves Me, Port Basque.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook page, so they can go on and find that one, or they can, I guess, message me through Facebook. My name is Joan Chiasson, and they can go on Facebook Messenger and message me that way.
Okay. Thanks again. We'll chat to you more in the future. So thank you for coming on again.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Yeah. Okay, for those of you who want to get in touch with me, my email address is possibilitiesshow@gmail.com, and I'll see you next time, and keep the gift out of disability. Good night, everyone.